my desk. The sad thing is that coffee sign is absolutely nothing to do with why I'm here, but it spoke to me. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jaime Leigh and I am a mixed media artist, so if you like art, you're in the right place. So today is Monday, and I don't know if you have that whole Monday is not the greatest day of the week thing. I kind of do. Then you're gonna love today's video, because today I'm going to be talking about if you should save a painting that sucks. Okay, so I've been doing art for a while now, and if you do art for any length of time, you might notice that you build up a collection of paintings that you don't like looking at. Why don't you like looking at them? Because they suck. They're shitty. So I have paintings like this, and for a number of reasons. Sometimes it might be because you maybe just try something out to see if it works and it doesn't. Sometimes you get a super cool new art supply that you can't wait to try, and then when you do try it, you don't really know what you're doing and it doesn't come out the way you wanted it to, so you kind of turn that painting around and forget it ever existed. Sometimes there's a painting that has a lot of flaws or technical issues and it's a little bit overwhelming to try to fix everything, or the composition is off. And so sometimes it's just better to start over knowing what you now know from all the mistakes you've made. So those are some of the reasons why you might have paintings that you don't finish. They're half finished, they're sitting around waiting for you to one day look at them and go, oh, I remember you. We had a day together and it wasn't that great. To save a painting, what I've discovered is this can work a couple of ways. I do mixed media. Let's say I have a painting like this. As you can see, it's very textured. So I'm kind of limited as to what I can do with this canvas. This is not my favorite painting. I would probably choose to do something different with this, because honestly I just got it in my head that I wanted to put a bunch of shark teeth on a canvas, and that's what I did. Now I don't know what to do with it. So if I were to try to save this painting, I would have to deal with the fact that this is all on here now. I glued it down, it's on there. I would not be able to take all of this off unless I wanted to spend a lot of time scraping and pulling up paint and glue and all of that. What I would probably do to save this is I would add more to it, so that way the shark teeth kind of fade into whatever else I put on there, and it blends together a little better than just having a million shark teeth on a canvas. So this is one that I would not spend the time to take everything off and put it back to, say, white, because that would be a lot of work. Maybe if I was really bored one day, I don't know. The best paintings to either paint over or to try to wipe or scrape off are ones that are done with acrylics, watercolors, gouache, something that's more water-based, that's easier to get rid of or to paint over that won't affect it. I do a lot of oil paintings now, and to work with oil paint, I don't know if you know this, but if you want to paint oil paint on top of another medium, that works great. If you want to paint another medium on top of oil paint, that's a no-no. The other medium likely won't stick that well to the oil paint, and you will end up with a painting that doesn't last. I would never recommend taking an oil painting and then just painting over the top of it, even if it is kind of smooth or flat, because then your painting that you're replacing the oil painting with will not last. What you would need to do then is you would need to either remove the oil paint from the painting, and you can do that a couple of ways. If you have really textured areas, you can take a good old X-Acto knife and kind of scrape, and be careful not to like dig into your canvas. If you have a wood panel, that's probably pretty cool, but if you have a canvas, you can still scrape. You just got to be careful. You can take turpentine and put it on a rag or a paper towel and wipe, and it will wipe a lot of the paint away. Something else that I've used that works is also alcohol. This will also take up some oil paint. Probably not going to get all of the oil paint up, but you will get the majority of it up, and then you can paint white over that. White gesso, which has a little bit of grip to it, is a good one. And then you can start your painting over, and then you haven't lost that canvas and you haven't spent money on that for no reason. If you're working with acrylics or watercolor or that kind of thing, it's much easier. You can just paint gesso right over it, go on your merry way. Save that canvas, no big deal. Like I said, if you have a really textured mixed media background, you're gonna want to try to work with what you've already done and see if there's a way to save it rather than trying to take all that mess off there. What I am going to do is I have, like I said, a bunch of canvases that I happily put a bunch of crap on and then decided, ugh, that's not so cool. So I would like to try to save those canvases. Over the weekend I did this right here. Underneath here is a completely different painting, completely different colors. I think it was like green and some yellow. So I just started adding to what was already there, and I went out and I bought more 3D objects and some new paint and just kind of played around with it, and this is what I came up with. This is my rehabbed painting, and I'm actually really happy with this one. Much happier than I ever was with the painting that's underneath it, which I didn't like at all. It was just me playing around and I didn't really see any reason to keep it. So this is my beachy vibes painting, and it really only took me part of a day and it was a lot of fun to do. So here's one of them, and I mean, it's alright, but there's really not a lot going on and I'm not sure what it is. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to try to work with it and save this painting. And I have to work with what I already have. I'm not going to spend the time to pull all this stuff off here. I'm going to try to add stuff to it so that I can make it a better painting and work together a little better and maybe come out a little bit more like, and make it come out a little more like my beachy vibes painting back there that I really like now that I've done it. So I guess the whole point of this is to say you definitely can save a painting that sucks. There are things that you do when you paint, you know, that you're just trying out, you're experimenting, you're seeing if you can do it. Sometimes you don't have the skills that you need to do the things that you really want to do until later on, maybe a couple months later, maybe a couple years later. And you know, sometimes you can finish them and you have all that you need to be able to do what you were hoping at the beginning. And sometimes you just aren't excited by it anymore and you just want to start over from scratch. I hope you'll like the rest of this video. I am going to rehab that painting with the mixed media stuff on it, and I'm also going to show you a few clips from my little trip to the art supply store where I tried to come up with some fun new things that I could use to save these paintings and probably some future ones as well. I came here for gel medium, but as you can see, coffee items are 50% off. So this is actually why I'm here. I am looking for the matte super heavy gel. This is what I use to stick down all of my 3D items, and the only thing that's not good is that they don't sell a bigger one than that size, but I'll have to make do. Okay, and this is why going in here in this art store is so dangerous, because they keep putting new stuff. What is that? Laser iridescent paste? Opal glitter medium? Gold glitter medium. I totally don't need this, but I want to know what this does. So when I'm not getting distracted by shiny object syndrome, I actually would like to get some of this, which is really cool. And then I'm looking for some distress ink stuff. I love the distress spray, but I was actually looking for the paint, which I'm not seeing. So let's see if I can find some. Alright, I'm a little bummed because I didn't find the distress paint I was hoping to find, but now I'm in the glitter section. And I'm also in the aisle that has the liquid paints, so I'm hoping maybe I'll find what I need here, because I really like that distress paint, but I did not see it, so maybe they don't have it anymore. Okay, so I did find some good stuff. I did not find two of the things I was looking for, but there was a bunch of stuff that was 50% off, so not bad. What up, guys? This is future Jamie hopping in at the end of this video because my camera died. So here we are at the end. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope you got some ideas. I hope you liked watching me save my painting. and liked the outcome, and I hope I've inspired you to go back to some of your paintings and maybe give them a new life. If you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe if you want more art videos, and I will see you next time. Bye!